Hello my shopping besties, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about something super personal but very important. I want to talk about how I've been working on myself. Specifically the past 2 months. Life has been so overwhelming lately for me, especially since moving back to America, saying goodbye to Thailand, my family, and just kind of coming back to the spot where I was before that. It felt very what is the word? Demoralizing? I don't know. It felt like I made no progress in life and I'm back to square one. And I definitely fell into a slump, a very depressive slump. I struggled to find coping mechanisms, and of course my coping mechanism is shopping. And that needs to be worked on as well. But after a few months of coming back to America, I've started to realize that yes, I need to start making some changes in my life in order for me to feel more control and honestly just happier. So I'm going to share 5 things that I've been doing to work on myself that has honestly made such a difference in my life so far. And these are things that literally anyone can do. And I hope that they inspire you guys to start prioritizing yourself too, because I know I'm not the only one out here struggling, okay? Don't even try to hide it. But yeah, I hope that this encourages anyone out there to start prioritizing themselves, even in the smallest of ways. Make sure you have the beverage ready and something to eat. I'm gonna be eating while talking to you guys, okay? I've got strawberries, some grapes and blueberries, 3 pieces of sushi, and some cream carbonara fire buldak noodles. Okay, we're gonna talk about the first thing that I have been doing, and that is setting achievable short-term goals. Let me tell you guys, I used to get so overwhelmed with tasks. I would overwhelm myself with these big, unrealistic plans, and honestly, it was just me focusing on the finish line, the end point, the end game. And because I kept focusing on the finish line, it overwhelmed me to even get started. I would see this big mountain of work that would lead me to the results that I want, and then I would get overwhelmed because I don't want to deal with all of this big mountain of work. It's so much effort, it's going to take such a toll on me, and I overthink things and I ruminate things, and in the end I struggled to even start. I can't even cross the line to get started. And I talked about this with my therapist, and it could be ADHD. We're gonna be working on that. But she told me, girl, stop focusing on the finish line. Don't even think about it. Just set these small little steps and just do it. Don't think about the finish line, because that's gonna stop me from going forward. Just think about the small little steps and just do those first. I used to overwhelm myself with these big, unrealistic plans, and then I would feel bad when I couldn't follow through with them. So now I focus on small little daily or weekly tasks that I know I can accomplish. For example, I'll set goals like spending an hour a week on coursework. I've been doing a driver's ed course that is a 6-hour long course, but I was in this course for months, you guys, and I never made any progress with it because I kept thinking about 6 hours, and then I kept thinking about the steps that I needed to do after I even finished the course to get my driver's license, such as getting my social security card, because that's a whole nother story, such as getting my permit and then practicing and then going to the DMV to take the test. All of these things that I was focusing on that would happen after just finishing the 6-hour driver's education course stopped me from even doing the driver's education course. So instead, I set aside an hour a week to do this course, or an hour a day, or 30 minutes a day. And this really helped me to get it done. Guess what, you guys? It's done. And I got it done within a week of setting the goal. Okay. Another example is I've been setting aside about 30 minutes to an hour to sometimes an hour and a half to playing with my daughter every day after work. I used to come home from work completely overwhelmed, okay? I come home from work at 6, 7 p.m. By the time I've eaten dinner, it's 7:30, and I think about all the things that I need to do. Oh, I need to clean the house. Oh, I need to edit this video. Oh, I need to get Rose ready for bed. I need to brush her teeth. Is today the day that I wash her hair? Is today the day that I wash my hair? What about laundry? What about meal prepping? What about groceries? What about the bills? So many things would be on my plate when I come home from work that I'm scrambling around, and in the end I get nothing done. In the end, I'm just dipping my foot into each and every task and not completing them fully. And so in the end, I got nothing done. And in the end, I didn't even get to spend that much time with Rose. So I've been setting aside, once I come home, eat dinner, I play with Rose, until it's time for her to get ready for bed, and then I send her off to bed. Once she's in bed, then I start doing my tasks, such as the coursework and such as editing a video, like a YouTube video. I will literally set a timer for 45 minutes on my laptop while I'm editing a video. Once that 45 minutes are up, I hop on to doing something else. And this has honestly helped me so much to get more stuff done. And can you believe it? I'm even getting more sleep. Somehow, I'm getting more stuff done, but I'm getting more sleep. How does that make sense? Also, dedicating about 10 minutes to 15 minutes at a time to tidying up the house. I don't mind that mess right there. Okay, we're gonna ignore that. But I promise you guys, my area, this room that we live in, looks a lot better than it used to be a month ago. Okay, there used to be like barely anywhere to walk. Okay, this is embarrassing to say, but I have been setting aside like 10 minutes to tidy up. It takes 2 minutes to pick up her toys. Okay, before I would dread it, but I just do it. I'm like, okay, for the next like 10 minutes, I'm just gonna speed through it. Like, y'all, I'm fast as hell at work. Why can't I put that same amount of energy into my home? I can get a whole batch at work done in like 30 minutes, and that's like grabbing 45 items off of the floor and going around the whole entire store. Why can't I pick up these things off the floor in like 2 minutes? Took me 2 minutes to clean up her toys, 2 minutes to clean the toilet, 2 minutes to wipe down surfaces, 2 minutes to, not even 2 minutes to pick up the clothes off the floor and put it in the laundry basket. Like, I could spend 10 to 15 minutes to tidy up generally the whole space that we live in. Small little goals. Breaking things down like this has made it a lot more manageable for me. And then crossing these small little achievements off of my list feels so much of an accomplishment rather than setting one big unrealistic goal that takes 5,000 years for me to complete and then I only get to check off one thing. Does that make sense? So if you struggle with procrastination or feeling overwhelmed, try this, okay? Small little goals. You'd be surprised at how much progress you can make. Let's try a sushi now. Now we're gonna talk about the second thing that I've been doing, and that is prioritizing myself without guilt. This can sound kind of selfish to some, or you could be rolling your eyes right now because that's literally what everyone has been saying these days. Prioritize yourself, treat yourself, blah, blah, blah. But you really should. Trust me, this is so necessary to your mental health, to your self-confidence, to your self-love. As we all know, I overthink things, right? I'll think stuff like, will this upset someone? How will people judge me? What will my viewers think? What will the people around me think? What are their opinions about me? And honestly, it's exhausting to think this way and unproductive. Instead, now I've been starting to focus on how I feel. It's something that feels right for me, feels right for my daughter, feels right for our well-being. That's what matters most. It don't matter what other people think. They will think differently, okay? You will always have haters in every decision that you make. So just make a decision based on what feels right to you. I've also stopped overexerting myself at work. Oopsie. But I mean, like, I used to go above and beyond all the time, but I realized it just wasn't sustainable for me. And honestly, half the time it goes unappreciated. So it's important to have that kind of balance and not overexert yourself when it really isn't worth it. And if it is at the cost of your own sanity, of your own health, of your own, like if it makes you exhausted to the point where it affects other areas in your life, like it's important to keep that balance and do what feels right for you. Staying in my own lane has been a game changer, and I've really gotten further when focusing on my own goal rather than worrying about what other people are thinking, what other people are doing in their lives. I've also stopped the comparison, negative comparison, because sometimes comparing yourself to others can boost you to do better, can boost you to, like, you can take them as inspiration, which I have been doing. But if anything ever comes across as something that would make me put myself down, thinking, they have such a better life than me, blah, 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 and it makes me feel down, goodbye. Swipe away. If I see someone's TikTok video and it makes me feel that way, immediate swipe away. But sometimes I'll see a TikTok video that inspires me to work towards that goal, then okay. And I am a people pleaser, okay? I never speak my mind. If something bothers me, I just stay silent because I'm a people pleaser. I don't want to cause issues. I don't want to cause conflict. I don't want to seem like okay? That's something I also need to work on, but I have been working on it quite a bit. I've been setting boundaries. I've not been like really speaking out loud if I'm displeased about something, but I distance myself away from things that I don't like. And I don't just push myself through it and do it anyway for someone when I really don't want to do it. Does that make sense? If you are also a people pleaser, I want you to remember you cannot pour from an empty cup, okay? Do not overexert yourself. Do not sacrifice what you shouldn't be sacrificing for others when it harms you, when it is the cost of you and your own well-being. Prioritize you. Now we're going to talk about the third thing that I've really been focusing on, and it's managing my emotions. Look, I'm human, okay? I get pissed off, I get frustrated, I get upset, I get depressed, I get super stressed just like everybody else. Y'all, I have so many white hairs in my head because of stress. But I've realized that while I cannot control these feelings, because they will come, I will feel all of these feelings. I can't stop it. It's inevitable. But what I can control is the way that I react to them. I can control the way that I respond to them. For example, when something stressful happens, I just let myself acknowledge it. Like, okay, this is frustrating. Or, oh my gosh, I'm so upset. But then, after expressing that, instead of reacting impulsively, I take a moment, breathe it in. Okay, I think about how I want to respond. This approach has helped me to stay calm in a lot of situations, whereas before I would let my emotions take control of my response. I would get upset, I would flare up, I would say something aggravating, or just really let my emotions take over, and in response, the conversation goes into the completely wrong direction. It's like I add fuel to the fire. But now I try to stay calm in situations that really used to get to me, and it's given me more clarity. It's really helped me to focus on what really matters without letting my emotions take over. And it helps me to stay grounded on what I value and making sure that my actions will remain in line with what I value. If you're someone who tends to react quickly when stressed or upset or depressed, try pausing and taking a deep breath. My therapist said count 5 things that you can see, 4 things that you can hear. All you know, there's different techniques out there. But the most important thing is to pause, okay? Just tell yourself, hey girl, hold up. Before I lose my marbles, okay? Take a deep breath and think. It really works. The fourth thing I want to talk about, letting go. Let's get into more detail about what I mean. I've really been practicing on letting things go. I am a chronic overthinker. How many times have I said this already? So this one has definitely been hard for me, but I keep reminding myself, girl, it's not that serious. It is not that serious. If something doesn't work out, it just doesn't work out. It is what it is, okay? There are some things that you cannot control. It's completely okay. Life goes on, honey. Life goes on. I have to constantly tell myself, girl, you're doing your best, and that is enough. Let me say this again. You did your best, and that is enough. Just hang in there. Sometimes that is literally all you can do, hang in there. Let me tell you guys, I have this coworker. He's a veteran, okay? And we've gone through a lot of hardships in life, and we kind of like relate on that certain kind of level. And every now and then when we see each other, we always greet each other with, kind of like surface level greetings. Hey, how are you? Oh, doing good. I'm actually kind of okay today. And one day I was like, oh, I'm just hanging in there. And he goes, hey, sometimes that's all you can do, just hanging in there. Oh my gosh, it clicked in my head. It literally clicked in my head. That is so true. Sometimes all you can do is just hang in there. And that's normal, and that is okay. It's not that serious. Just hang in there. You can keep hanging in there. I've also been leaning more into my own faith and trusting that as long as I put in my effort, things will work out in the end. It will eventually work out the way that it is supposed to. The alignment will happen. I'm just trying my best, and that's enough. I'm hanging in there, and that's all I can do. When the time comes, it'll come. So if you're like me and you tend to stress over every little thing, try this mindset shift. It's going to be so freeing for you. Now I'm going to talk about the last thing, the fifth thing that I've been doing, that is talking to more people. Opening up and talking to others before you click away, okay? I know that can be so dreading, and I am not a social butterfly when it comes to the deep stuff, okay? Surface level, yeah, I think I'm a social butterfly at work. But when it comes to talking about my feelings, yeah, that's daunting, okay? I'm scared of oversharing. But let me explain. For the past many years, the only person that I have really been talking to is my husband. And while we are partners, that is not enough. Recently, the past few months, I've been opening up and started talking to friends, reconnecting with old friends, making new friends, acquaintances, and even my therapist. I recently started seeing a therapist, although it's only been 3 weeks, but that's another outsider with a whole different life, a whole different circle. They have gone through a whole different walk of life. And now I've made a connection with her too. And it has been incredible. Talking to others has given me new perspectives, inspired me, especially when they have gone through like so many things in their life and like you can relate, be like, oh, I went through that too. But then you see how they got out of it, how they handled it, and just kind of like learn the different perspectives of how people walk through their life. And it can inspire you on how you could handle different situations in your life as well, knowing different options and all that kind of stuff. And it also reminded me that I am not alone in my struggles. And I know it's like, we all know like, yeah, everybody has something going on in their lives and whatnot, but it's always like this, just this surface level realization. But when you actually talk to other people who do have similar problems, it is such a relieving feeling knowing that you really aren't alone in your struggles and how close to home people who are so similar to you are. I'm pretty sure I said that in the wrong grammar, but you guys know what I mean, right? For example, my therapist, she is such a badass. She even used to work at Target, and she has taught me so much on managing my emotions and achieving my goals. Like, she's the one who told me, girl, you have 7 days, get this done. The next time I talk to you, you better have gotten it done. I want to hear you say you got it done. And like just these casual conversations with her and my friends, friends that have gone through similar things in life, it has really helped me see things differently and more like widely. I don't know the term, but like I used to have such a tunnel vision on my life, but now it's like opened up and I can see like all these different roads that lead to different places. Does that make sense? Rather than just my own little tunnel and I felt stuck and trapped, not really knowing that there are other exits that I can take. I hope that makes sense. So if you have been isolating yourself, I encourage you to reach out to someone. It doesn't have to be all like, hey, can I really talk to you about something? It's daunting for me. No, I'm just like, hey girl, how you doing? Oh yeah, I've been doing good. Oh yeah, what you been up to lately? You know, you can start it off just like that, chill. And then it can eventually branch out into really meaningful conversations. Don't let it daunt you. I need to tell that to myself, but it's really been helping me. It doesn't have to be a big serious talk. You just never know what you might learn or what kind of help you might get. So those are the 5 things that I have been doing recently to work on myself. Setting achievable goals, prioritizing myself without guilt, managing my emotions, letting things go, and talking to more people. These habits have really transformed the way that I've been approaching my life, and I hope that they can do the same for you. If any of these resonate with you, let me know in the comments if you have different techniques that you've been doing lately that has really helped you to up your game in life. Let us know in the comments, okay? This is a no judgment zone. We are all a girl's girl. And if you've been working on yourself, I'd love to know what you've been doing to help you grow, and I'm sure all the other girlies would love to hear it too down in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I completely forgot about my food, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish that. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share this video with anyone who might need a little bit of inspiration. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Mwah.